So this is the story of our home and how it came about. Keep in mind all of this information comes from speaking with locals, court, and internet documents. Our house and this farm was established in the early 1900s by the Summers family who settled here. Mr. Summers' family had built and established a paper mill in the community. And although it was never clear as to what his role was in the paper mill, I'm sure that's what brought them here. The family consisted of Mr. Summers, his wife, and 4 daughters. The original house was 4 rooms: a living room, a dining room, a kitchen, and a bedroom. A double-faced fireplace burned in the kitchen and the bedroom. That fireplace, although not working, is still standing in our living room and dining room today. Having 4 daughters, Mr. Summers hired a full-time farmhand to live with them and help him around the property. That young man's name was Frank Moore, and he was the grandson of the founders of our town. Frank began to be sweet on one of Mr. Summers' daughters, Gertrude. The 2 of them fell in love and were married right here on the property. Frank and Gertrude were gifted this farm as a wedding present from the Summers family. The 2 of them lived a very prosperous, long life here on this farm. And in the 60s, Frank established a Christmas tree farm and sold Christmas trees right here out of the old barn on the property. That barn is gone now, but it used to sit just northwest of the front door. From what we've heard, the 2 of them were sweet as pie and the perfect couple. Frank was a larger-than-life kind of guy who was an avid banjo player and a deacon of the local Presbyterian church. Gertrude was a school teacher and still stands as the longest postmistress to ever serve in this county. The 2 of them raised their children here, but as they got older, they ended up parceling out the farm, and the Moores moved in with their children. Frank lived to be 104 years old, and Gertrude 108. The 3 acres of land that was left in the original farmhouse was sold to the Parkers, who own a local flooring store in town. After years of renting it, the Parkers completely renovated the old farmhouse and put it on the market. On the 108th day of this house being on the market, we walked in these doors for the first time. As soon as we entered, we could feel the history and knew that this house had amazing potential. If the walls could talk, I'm sure they have plenty of stories to tell. We paid a deposit the very next day and began the work of mortgaging this home. And I'm just so thankful that we did. I truly, truly, truly love it here.